Hey everyone, Fatty from Pack a Punch Traders here. Happy New Year. It's been a long time since I made a video lesson. I'm gonna try and be more consistent this year and really track the journey, all the trades, how we're doing, and not just go off the map for 6 months. I know I've been busy. I had a data science boot camp, but now I got a little bit more time on my hands and just gonna get back to it. Streaming on Tradecaster, making video lessons, posting the watch list. So let's just get back to it here. Today, main play ATNF, right out of the watch list. Let's get to that. Where are we here? 398 previous day high daybreak to test 5 for continuation of the solid push off the higher low on the daily chart. Low floater that could trigger a squeeze. And that is precisely what happened. So it ended up holding up. Here, let's show the daily chart. This is the higher low I'm talking about. We got a solid breakout over 237 or so. And it's a low floater with 1.4 million shares in the healthcare sector, which, if you were on the stream this morning, I went over how majority of the gappers were healthcare plays, at least 6 of them. So there was eyes on that sector. So this already being something that had some shorts trapped, that could possibly continue if the volume was there. It is a low float, so I was just looking for the key levels to hold, and it gapped up a little bit, and then right away broke through 4 and gave the push to 5 within the first 10-15 minutes. Let's zoom in now. And yeah, so ended up coming back, and I logged off as there wasn't really much to watch at that point, and I was doing the stream on a hotspot, so I did not want to just burn through all my data. So logged off, but ended up tweeting about this, saying how this is holding for pretty well here. If it could come back and hold the mid fours, the VWAP area, this could be something to retest highs and possibly even head higher. And the next key resistance area on the chart is going to be in the low 6s here. There's a and as well as 7. So all in this region here, there's solid resistance. Ended up getting stopped at 6, whole dollar, half dollar area. Talked about that many times before. But yeah, so the way I traded this here was on the reclaim. So I got 200 shares at 431 after I kept seeing the higher lows and slowly increasing in volume going on here. Let's go on the 5-minute. Okay, yeah, so we got a slight bump in volume compared to the past hour or so. So I was thinking this is reclaiming the key levels. This is everything I talked about. Let's just get a little starter in here. So I got one at 431, and then we got a little burst, and it was holding up here. I added to my position. I doubled it at 451. So I had 400 shares at 441. And from there, it was just being patient, letting it continue to hold up. It had that overhead morning resistance still there that I had to get through. So I was steady on my hands and was ready to cut it at any moment. It was going to come back and break through VWAP. So pretty good risk reward. Saw about 10-15 cents to possibly get at least 60. So seemed in my favor. And everything was lining up. So all of a sudden we got that burst, and that's where I was selling. I didn't know how much further this could go. Got the quick short squeeze. This is what I was looking for, and took my quick gains and got out at 524 right into the burst here, and could have got a little bit more if I was a little patient. That's something I will be aiming to do this year, is selling in pieces. I usually just dump it all and sell too soon. In this case, left a decent amount on the table. It was kind of choppy, but if I kept my eye on it and let just half of it ride, could have got a little more. And that's going to be probably my main goal this year. Cutting losses, I'm not too bad with that. Could be a little better, but mainly letting my runners play out and not just taking my quick gains. Like maybe sell a majority around 10-15%, but letting the rest ride and see what we could do with it. Yeah, so also, since this is the first video lesson of the year, I reset my account to 5K. I want to regrow from a small amount and just really hone in on some of the basics. I kind of got a little sloppy at the end of the year last year when I was kind of trading here and there when I was doing my boot camp, which wasn't that smart. I was pretty distracted. Mine was all over the place. Shouldn't have been trading. So, with that in mind, gonna be a lot more disciplined this year and aim to make this small account to grow to at least 100K. So this is the first trade so far. It was a success. 335 on the day with this move. Something I was on watch the whole day, so it was pretty cool to see it play out. And there were other pretty good plays. All of them missed really. So RSLS here. I did not see this on my scanner early on, or else would have been a great play. But at the same time, it kind of took off early on. Didn't really have time to consolidate and show me it was failing the breakdown. 10-15 minutes of consolidation, get shorts trapped, and then reclaim the open price. This thing kind of just, from the get-go, was uptrending, and then it just took off. So, open price on that one. There was another play that I was going through. I forgot what it was. I think it was Swivel, actually. Yeah, it was this one. This one, solid play from last week. Gapped up pretty well. And it gapped up too much. Didn't really look at it that much. But I was saying, if shorts fail to break this down, after such a move that it's had, shorts are going to be trapped in this. They're going to be shorting this, betting on it to go down. So if it fails to break down and there's some solid demand coming through, it could reclaim key areas like the open price and VWAP, and from there you can get a solid 10-15% push to capture. And that's exactly what happened here. It was a quick move, but still a decent opportunity. Not anything great. I would say pretty risky play, but it was still offered. And then at the end of the day, there was Ellis. We got the multi-day bounce out of this thing. Totally missed this, but out of the watch list as well. Here we are with a failure to continue lower. Low volume short squeeze here. Just a multi-day bounce. Started ramping up a bit. More demand started coming in once it broke that high a day. Something we always talk about. That's usually the key area you want to try and have an entry around, as it's an indication that the momentum is shifting and it's not going to keep heading lower and making new lows. It's going to maybe start bouncing and making some highs, and that could get some shorts to lock in their profits and dip buyers to come in, and something like this is possible. So an insane move going almost 100% here after hours. Insane. So that's not going to be on watch anymore. Did the play. Pretty cool to see that. Got all the way back to the double. Damn. Okay. That was an impressive multi-day bounce. Unfortunate it was missed, but at least we were on the right track. We had the right plan for that. What else was there today? And this is low volume. Speaking of low volume, RIC holding up pretty well. But this is something on the stream that I talked about, as it is getting to the breakout level around 6 or whatever it was, low 6s here. But the only thing was missing, volume. On the whole entire day, it's got right now 1 million. Total float 38 million. So a pretty big imbalance there. As well as if you're breaking a key area, it should bring in a lot of volume if it's going to be a long and lasting move. If not, you run the risk of getting a panic out of nowhere, which is what happened here. It just gets stuffed, or it's just a really slow mover. And if that's something you're willing to trade, go for it. But it's not for me going through a slow moving play, running the risk of it getting smacked at any moment because there's not much force behind the move to sustain the uptrend. So it's holding up, but at the same time, no volume. So I'm probably gonna just start ignoring this, for being honest. If it runs, it runs. But I'm not just gonna wait around every single day just to see if the volume comes. If it's gonna show up, it'll pop up on my scanner. But yeah, that's pretty much it right now. I'll make another video lesson later after I make the watch list, going over the top plays. One of which probably will be NUWE, already on watch for a multi-day bounce. Solid push here, starting to fail to break down and push lower. Could be something to trigger a reversal, especially with a float like this under 500,000. So we'll see. Not gonna expect 100% move like what we saw out of Ellis, but at the same time, who knows? Just gonna take quick gains, and that's what we're gonna do this year. Just slowly grow the account, letting singles add up, not get too greedy. That gets in the way sometimes. Some of my losses last year were just from greed. But yeah, so we'll just wrap it up there. Hope everyone had a great day, great weekend, and Happy New Year's. So yeah, we'll catch you all later. Have a great one.